What's going on, everyone? So, Luka Doncic has been tearing it up in Eurobasket, but he's also the number one scorer in all of Eurobasket and really has been the best player. He's been the best player in the world so far in this matchup with guys like Jokic, Giannis, so on and so forth. He's in the quarterfinals now after the win over Italy, in which he dropped 42-10 and was just unbelievable. I mean, the guy he's incredibly dominant. It's like sickening how good he is. And it's just like, luckily for the world, he's not a Laker. Oh, wait, he is, right? Like, as a Laker fan, it's just like, let's go, right? Dallas fans, they're going to have a long season because I think Luka's going to have an MVP level season. I think if he plays all 65 games, hand him the MVP now. I think it's going to be a ridiculous season, but Luka Doncic has been the best player in Eurobasket by a good margin. Like I mentioned, he's averaging 33.4 points per game, which the other thing too, you got to keep in mind about Luka, like what he's doing in Eurobasket, he does in the NBA, right? Like, so for example, Lauri Markkanen is actually ranked third, right? He's averaging 28.8 points per game, right? He's a guy that is not going to do that in the NBA. He's not. Right? I mean, the guy's putting up like Wilt numbers at times. Like, he's not doing that in the NBA. Right? But a guy like Luka, the insane stat lines and totals and everything that you're seeing him do, it's like, oh yeah, he's had entire seasons where he's averaged that in the NBA. So it's not like this far-fetched outlier. But just to quickly go through the list, and then we'll touch on the Luka thing here in a moment, but you got Luka with 33.4 points per game. You got Giannis at 28.8. Lauri Markkanen at 29. You got Denny Avaji at 33. You have Jordan Lloyd at 31.7. You have Nikola Jokic at 27. You have Şengün at 7th. You have Nikola Vucevic at 8th. You have Franz Wagner at 9th. Dennis Schroeder at 10th. Kristaps Porzingis at tied for 10th. And then you have Pele Larson, who has been really good. He's kind of that young guy that is that's kind of coming into his own. So you see kind of these guys really stepping up and playing to the level in which you'd expect, right? Like, these are guys that a lot of these guys on this roster. I mean, Dennis Schroeder, Dennis, like Germany Schroeder is like Jordan, right? Like, it's just like, man, can you get Olympic FIBA Schroeder, right? Can you get that level of Dennis Schroeder? But we'll see how he does. Who's he on, Sacramento now? But Luka Doncic, I just think that this is a small taste, a small glimpse. I think you're going to see, and I've talked a lot about Luka this offseason, rightfully so. I mean, this is the first season. He's had the body transformation, right? He seems invested, bought in, excited, engaged. Lakers are, fully supporting him, doing everything right, doing everything that you're supposed to do. I believe that Luka is everything you're seeing in Eurobasket, I think you get in the NBA and then some. Right? Because he's going to have more overall talent around him, right? Like, things are going to be easier for him. I mean, Luka himself has even said it's easier to score in the NBA. It's easier to play in the NBA than it is Eurobasket because the rules are different. Physicality is different, right? There's just a lot of things that are very different. I mean, in a lot of ways, it's almost a different sport than the NBA, right? So Luka's going to be able to take advantage of a lot of that. And again, I wouldn't be shocked if I think Luka's at least a 30-plus point a game guy. Maybe he's around like 28 because of LeBron, but I think he's at least like 38-8. I wouldn't be surprised if he's like 38-10. Like, if he averages nearly a triple-double, right? Because I think he's going to have DeAndre Ayton, who's going to be ideal for him as far as like that roll man and that setup guy. He's going to have, obviously, LeBron James to play off of, which LeBron James is the best player he's ever played with and potentially ever will. Obviously, if the Lakers do end up landing a Jokic or Giannis at this stage of their careers, then yes, that could be different. I also think it'll be a match made in heaven with LeBron and Luka. There were moments that were a little clunky, a few moments, particularly in the playoffs, where it was like a little awkward. But for the most part, I thought it was fine. And I thought you saw some real glimpses, some real like, hey, there's something here. And now you're going to have a full training camp, a full preseason, a full regular season to really kind of carve out and build and grow that chemistry and that development and stuff. It's like, you look at a guy like Dorian Finney-Smith, it was so plug and play for him because he's a role player. What he did for the Lakers, like, it's like, yeah, you know that thing that you've done every place you've ever been? Yeah, do that same thing here. It's easy for him to plug and play. But then you add in a star or an all-star level guy. Like, you add in a hiring guy or a guy that's used to being high usage, right? They're used to a certain field goal attempts. They're used to certain usage, having the ball in their hands, all of these things. That alone is hard to now make and adjust. And then also if you add in, you have another star that now he's used to X, Y, and Z. Now you got to make that fit. And then, oh yeah, by the way, the guy you're bringing in is supposed to be your point guard who's supposed to have the ball in his hands the most of the time and is now going to be your new number one option. It's a lot to try to figure out and navigate in 30 games or whatever. Like, it's not an easy thing to do. And then now you're jumping right into the playoffs and the postseason and you're expecting it to go perfect. It's unrealistic. But now the Lakers, again, can kind of work on that. I think you're going to have a just unprecedented. I genuinely think that this might be Luka's best season of his career. And I think he wins MVP, like I said. I think if they go on a finals run and they win the NBA championship, which I wholeheartedly believe that they can, right? Now, will they? Obviously, I think there's a lot of factors that go into it. I'm not saying like, put the ticket in now. Like, I'm not saying anything like that. But I do think you add in Luka and what we've seen him be. I mean, he's done more with less. We've seen him do more with less. We've seen him make a conference finals with less, right? Like, so is it possible that he makes the NBA finals or wins an NBA championship? Sure, right? We've seen guys like that. We've seen Jokic and Giannis do that with less than what the Lakers got, right? Like, so the Lakers are going to be a good basketball team. The coaching's going to be better. Everything's going to be better in year two. You got the ideal center, so I think Luka's going to eat and feast tonight. I think the Lakers are in excellent shape for what they're trying to do, build out and carve out. And I do think that this is going to go very well. And I think Luka Doncic is going to be a huge factor. I think him being the leading scorer and the best player right now in Eurobasket, I think he's going to be the leading scorer, likely the leading scorer, probably at worst top 3 in scoring. And I think he's going to be the best player in the NBA. And I think he's going to solidify himself as the best player in basketball. That's what I think ends up happening. I think Luka Doncic I think he's coming. Like, genuinely. I genuinely think he's coming. And I think people know it and people are, watch out. Watch out for Luka Doncic is what I'm getting at. But we'll see. Obviously, long time between now and the start of the season and then even, by the time the playoffs begin and everything like that. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.